A lot of you have been through this. An item on eBay catches your eye and you want to scoop it up. You check the seller's feedback and it's not what you'd ideally like it to be. But going by the listing's pictures, the item looks pretty good and the price is right. Ultimately, you decide to take the plunge and you click buy it now or end up winning the auction. Then comes the days of nerve-wracking anticipation. Did you make the right call? Will the item be as described? I usually go through this when I purchase older loose figures like vintage G1 on eBay. Even if the seller has 100% feedback, I'm on pins and needles until I have the figure in hand. This time I got the eBay anxiety from a brand new figure when I finally went to pick up the Legacy Commander Magmatron. I'm Mondo The Dadbodimus Prime, broadcasting to you from Moonbase 84, and this is my story. Ever since AATron was a wee minicon, he's been calling me out on the following scenario that I've done way too many times over the years. I find a figure in the store or online and decide to pass on it for the moment with the intention to pick it up at a later time. When I finally decide to go back to grab it, the stores are sold out and so are the various online sites. Naturally, I resort to eBay only to find that the aftermarket prices are now ridiculously high. Then, of course, I get the
"I told you so, Dad."
Because, of course, he said to get it when I had the chance. Well, I guess the saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks is true, because that is exactly what happened when I finally went to get Legacy Magmatron after dragging my feet with picking him up. I headed over to Big Bad Toy Store to order Magmatron, only to discover that he was sold out, which sucked because I had checked the week before and he was still in stock. Already dreading where this was going, I hit up some other online retailers with the same result. Lastly, I hit up Amazon. Their Magmatron was in stock, but by third-party sellers at balloon prices. So to eBay I went, and holy crap, the prices there are pretty nuts. As I scrolled through the listings of insane prices, I could hear AATron's voice in my head.
"I told you so, Dad. You always do this."
To which I replied,
"Shut up, kid."
hey, he's my kid and is all grown up to a not-so-minicon, so if I want to tell his voice in my head to shut his pie hole, I darn tootin' will. Don't judge me. Anywho, finally I stumbled on an auction for a mint-in-box Legacy Magmatron. The current bid was only $40, so I said, what the hell, I'll place a high bid for $50, and I was the current highest bidder. A few days pass, and I get an outbid notification. The price was still lower than the $90 Commander class price Magmatron originally was, so I said, I'll increase my bid, but first I wanted to check out the item in closer detail. Zooming in on the pictures of the box, I noticed something that might be a problem. The tape on the box looked like it could have been peeled back and replaced. I didn't really like that, so I checked out the seller. They had a 99.7 feedback rating, but I wanted to see what the negative feedback said, and oh boy, it wasn't good. Ultimately, I decided that this might be the best chance to pick up Magmatron at a decent price, so I reluctantly increased my max bid to $80. Fast forward to about a day and a half later, and I got another outbid notification. At this point, I said, well, that's that, and headed to work. While at work, I got an eBay notification, bid for the win. Up until that point, I was done, but then I started thinking it over as the night went on. So I waited until the last few seconds of the auction and quickly put in a bid of $101, and I ended up winning Magmatron for $86 plus tax and shipping. Except now I was like, I hope it comes as advertised. I was telling my coworkers about the whole thing, and they were like, hopefully you don't get a bag of rocks. 5 days later. So here it is. It just got delivered, so we're gonna bring it inside and hopefully everything's okay. Okay, moment of truth. The outer box, the shipping box, looks good. Let's see what the inner box looks like. This is not the knife I brought home from work. Oh, you gotta be smarter than the box, I guess. Let's cut it. I don't have a lot of room, so I'll pop it open and we'll check out the actual box. Okay, so here's the Magmatron box itself, and it looks pretty good. It's not really, I mean, it's a little ding, but I mean, that doesn't bother me at all. There's weight to it, so good news for those who are giving me crap saying it'll probably be an empty box. So that's good, unless, of course, it's a box of rocks. So we'll pop it open and check that out. And my cat is running amok. One of my 4 cats. So apologies. So here we have the inner tray, and it looks like my anxieties were all for nothing, because here we have Magmatron, and it looks like he is still packaged up the way he should be. So this isn't going to be like a review, because he is quite an older figure and not a classic, even though I think I respect him. But I'll take him out, of the rest of the packaging, and just give him a once over and share with you guys my thoughts. So yeah, I took Magmatron out of his packaging, messed around, checked the joints and everything, transformed him a couple of times, and he's fine. Brand new figure. So yeah, that's awesome. He's a fantastic figure and looks great on my shelf, just like I pretty much knew he'd be. He's been out for almost 2 years now, so by this point I've checked out plenty of reviews on him, and I pretty much knew that I love him, and I do. So this time, my eBay shopping anxiety was all for nothing, because everything turned out fine, and I'm totally happy with my purchase. But I think that you would agree that going by that negative feedback, even though their positive rate, their overall feedback was pretty good, I think that you'd agree that judging by the negative feedback, I had a right to be a little worried, a little apprehensive. Now, I'd like to hear from you guys. Do you have an eBay shopping anxiety story? Did it turn out okay, or did it turn out really bad? Let me know in the comments below. That will wrap up the video for today. I'm currently working on a pretty cool video that I think is pretty cool, at least, as well as working on my Energon Comics videos. So until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the YouTube jazz. And until next time, thanks for docking.